So, we're back here at the hub, and it's time to knock the modular frame factory off this list. So, as usual, I'll put the timestamp in the description for those that just want to see what it looks like when it's done. But for the rest that are sticking around, we're going to start down here, actually, in our new electrical station. So I know it looks like a mess of wires, but I actually have it organized. So this controls all the trains and hypertubes. This separates all the power producing places from the just regular production places. And then I have everything in substations, which are, you can see, are clearly marked. But we're going to head north, because that's where we have our modular frames. And you can see how I did this as we shoot over. But a couple things. One, you can clearly probably hear in my voice that I'm actually just getting over a cold. I feel fine, but like I said, I can hear how different I sound, so don't worry. You know, hopefully by the next recording I'll sound back to normal. But so I have each of these hypertubes set so that I can go to the substation in case there's like a power failure and I want to turn off like certain factories. You know, I just turn off the main breaker, go to the factory, and then turn off the which ones I want. So there's actually the factory, but we can't get out of the hypertube here, so we're going to shoot past it and then come back. It's funny because I'm going so fast the world's not loading right. Oh, of course the autosave's going to go. And we're here as the autosave hits. And of course. So let's see. So I got sick. Actually, before that, last week, last week's episode was just kind of wandering around and I haven't posted anything. I actually wound up getting married last weekend, so that's why I've been so busy. Luckily, I got sick afterwards, but you know, between the wedding and being sick, it's just been like, oh, I think it took 3 days to feel better, or 3 days to recover from being tired, and then a day later, you know, 3 days to recover from being sick. But alright, so we're gonna. So this is what they look like for right now. I gotta get a better design, but anyway. So now I don't have to run the power lines to the exact opposite end of the map anymore. So we're on one of these and let's get moving towards and you can see it up there. I'm gonna try to from now on, the way I'm gonna do the videos is a little bit more like the way I did the rubber one. Show a little bit more of the actual build process. It's struggling a bit because it's loading so much of the map. But yeah, I want to show a little bit more of the build process because I feel like the videos are just like, here's an exterior, here's another exterior. So I want to get a little bit away from that. Yeah, I might have a couple coughs while we're going here, unfortunately. But yeah, so I want to show a little bit more of the building of the actual factory. I love the way it's starting to look with these big factories like dotted everywhere. But we need to get this done, the encase done, and then it's time to start figuring out the logistics of the heavy modular frames. And then we start all over again with computers. I should have grabbed stuff for the signs. Okay. I actually have this all somewhat figured out. Get rid of this. Should we test the power out? This is something I haven't done yet. So you can see we're making 36,000. So the way I set this up. Come on. So that when the time came, just connect these up. I'm gonna switch our hotbar to the 5. Yes, I set it so I could just attach these and it'll unload everything. Then I could have power upstairs, but I kind of want it off. I want to see. I want to see basically how bad power system's gonna compensate. So for this instance, actually, I believe it was the steel pipes was the limiting factor. I think I could get a 78 per each of these belts. Yeah. Because they needed 10, so it's 78 times 8 for the amount of factories that I have upstairs. I'm gonna let that run. You know what we'll do? We'll let that work on emptying these out, and then we'll get this exterior on the lower half done. So this is gonna be a lot of concrete. This is where we hit all of our belts. So that upstairs it looks all nice and clean, because this is all, you look, it's all over the place. But then you come up here, and it's just all nice little ones. And then we're gonna go, yeah, go like that. Two. We're gonna do our usual like box thing. 3. One there. That. Like that. Like. Come on. Those will be our garage doors. And for windows, we're going to use the single frame ones. Makes sense that we're using single frame windows. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to figure out silica. Ugh. And I was just thinking too, I'm like, realization just hit me. 'Cause I don't want to delay getting to heavy modular frames, but my temporary silica, that one's wrong. These two are wrong. My temporary silica factory is just not cutting it. That's the right way. Okay, so just this one's wrong. These garage doors are the worst to, is that the right? Yeah, it should be the right way. There we go. I need to make the garage doors easier to place. I was just thinking, maybe beneficial for our cause to add another step and build my silica factory. Because like I said, I keep needing a lot, and the one I have is like pretty terrible. It's very, very temporary. So what do I got and everything? Plates, beams, and concrete. Okay. Well, that stuff's still going, so I'm gonna pop up to this first floor here. That's gonna be the problem. Alright. It's time to give the power its big test. So we have 35,000 megawatts, so I'm interested to watch this consumption. Well, it'll take a bit because everything has to get loaded. Again, I apologize for the coughing. I can show the design I did too. As far as layouts go, I did kind of like a weave for those people that watch Let's Game It Out. And yeah, so I'm using, this is the steeled frame is the recipe I'm using. Oh man. Noticeable performance difference. Ooh. Single window. So how we're gonna do this. This is gonna be very basic. The actual walls itself. I'll show you why. Oh man, it's feeling all the machines coming to life. No, I was thinking about doing steel there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch this to steel actually. always forget that we have a steel wall. But this is the thing. I want to like manually replace it because I played this so much. That used to be the way to. You had to replace everything was manually. But as per usual, the come on, the devs saw a problem and fixed it and made it better. But okay. So it's nice, spacing wise it works out where that's exactly the height I want. Go. That. Come on. Like that. Just leave that for now, so we can get working on the next part of this. So let me see something. How far out can I hover here? Not very much. So we're gonna go. Small metal pillar. Going to run up the height of the building. It's going to go there. I'm going to have issues with this, aren't I? Come on. That's gonna come. Like that. That's gonna go like that. Hopefully you can see what the general idea is here. We're gonna modular frames. So this is where it's going to be tested. Oh, it's going to be really tested because that's the reinforced plates. Because what's going to happen now is that's going to empty. So that's going to go back to its factory and kick off the reinforced modular frame factory to start running. I mean, at this point, yeah, I mean, even parts of this is starting to go into standby. Anyway, let's fly over here. So I just got to keep an eye on the powers. What it essentially what it boils down to. This one. Oh. Sorry, people. It's nice that I have a nice kind of midway point marker. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a little uneven, but that's fine. then what I think I'll do is about halfway. So 6 in. Go 6 in. It's what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 and a half. So it's basically, you can kind of see it. We're going to make big squares out of these frames. It's almost like it has a modular frame around it. And that's kind of the goal. Okay. So to do that, we're going to switch over to... No, it's for to this one. It's going to be 1. Two. Still haven't fixed the picture on this. And architecture 3. So I'm gonna get to work getting this done. And when we come back, I'll show off how it looks. Okay, so now we have it finished. So I'll just fly up real quick so you guys can see what the machines all look like. You know, we got 78 per line. Actually, this whole area is 78, but the lines are divided by 2 floors. But so we got 78 per lines and 8 lines of that of 78. Then we're using the steeled recipe, I think it is. Let's see. Steeled, yeah. So for the floors that, I haven't really been doing interiors because I've noticed I don't really come up like to these floors. So down here you can kind of see where all the belts come in. So we're going to come over to here. And it's time to put our sign down. I think it's this. Now we're going to select our image. It's going to be the frame. Select that. The layout's going to be this. And the amount is 1,872 potential parts per minute. Like, as I always say, that's if everything's fully stocked. So yeah, so in here, we kept this one pretty bland and like square because that's what the modular frames look like. And so this is what the exterior looks like. So I know this isn't square, but I know some of them aren't square. Let me put it that way. So I wound up making them even smaller. But I like the way this came out. And it looks better if you look at it from like an angle. So you can see like, the squares above the building. And that's kind of the effect I was going for. You know what would be a good spot? Let's fly up the track here. Up the rail system. So on the right there too, that's a spoiler for the next one. That's for the encased industrial beam. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Oh. For a second I thought that was a creature coming at me. But yeah, so we finally got it done. The power's been stable, and actually what's nice is because of the transport distances, the factories have been turning on like staggered, like they're not all on at once. So my power hasn't actually dipped down too low. But yeah, so it came out nice. I know, again, it kind of looks like an office building. That's the unfortunate reality of how a lot of these are going to look. But it's nice too. I noticed this when I was building it. That's for flying up. I'll say that we're getting close to heavy modular frames. That one I think I'm just going to build. And then if the power goes, then we'll do the Spire Coast power plant. Otherwise, we'll stick it out. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a friend up here. I forgot about him. So our factory has like a overseer on the roof. Like I was like looking at us. If we come up here, which I am gonna put a radio tower up here, which I found the height doesn't matter anymore, but I still like having it on the roofs. You can't see it too well. Ooh. What's nice from here, you can see like there's our pipe factory. That's the steel beam factory. You're starting to see like, I like how that looks. Where I'm starting to see different factories all over the place. It's nice. I don't think we can see the frames. I don't think we can really see anything else from here. I also put the field of view down, so, or the view distance, so it doesn't surprise me. And I didn't realize it, but I did realize. Let me start over. I realized it later on. I didn't initially realize it, but there's all kinds of coal deposits back here. So I may throw up a small like coal power station. If I need, if I need some more power. Otherwise, it's sitting there. Might as well. But yeah, so this project's done. So as you can see, I got the resource amounts on the right for the encased industrial beam factory. We'll get that done next time, and then it's time for heavy modular frames, which I'm excited and I am excited for because I haven't built anything that needed. What are they? I always forget what they're called. Manufacturers. And B, after that, that means we're ready to start. We jump way back and start doing stuff for computers, which I think means starting out with copper. But yeah, so for now, that'll be it. Whoa! Oh, who's gonna hurt? Ow! I've done that several times. I keep forgetting that the power doesn't reach over there. But if I find 2 of these, I get another medical inhaler. But yeah, for now, that's gonna be it. And I'll see everyone later.